Where do babies come from?
Where do you think they come from?
Well, I think a stork, he drops it down, and then a hole goes in your body, and there's blood everywhere coming out of your head, and then you push your belly button, and then your butt falls off, and then you hold your butt, and you have to dig, and you find a little baby.
That's exactly right.
White storks have a mythical reputation as the bringers of babies, but that's not the case. The white stork is characterized by a long neck and legs and a short body. They do not reach sexual maturity until they are 4 years old and can live up to 33 years. During early development, both parents work to feed the young storks, and they will eat up to 60% of their body weight each day. White storks are actually voiceless and communicate using hissing noises and bill clapping, which is most pronounced during their courtship displays and nesting. White storks are migratory birds that typically fly from Europe to spend the winter in Africa, but warmer global temperatures are changing this behavior.
Recently, researchers have been studying shortened migration and overwinter behaviors of whole Arctic birds. Dr. Shay Rodex, along with 11 colleagues in affiliation with 9 accredited research universities in Europe and Africa, have investigated how the white stork, Ciconia ciconia, has varied migration patterns and adapted to new environmental factors, such as warmer global temperature. The white stork population historically inhabits eastern Europe during the summer months and migrates south to Africa for the winter. In recent years, the white stork migration patterns show new overwintering spots being utilized within southern Europe. The author aims to identify how human-induced environmental changes and global warming alter bird migration timing and routes.
The authors found that birds who overwintered in Europe fared better than those who migrated to Africa. To be exact, 100% of European wintering birds survived the winter compared to 29.2% of the storks wintering in Africa. These survival rates could coincide with the several other differences noted in this study. The European wintering storks made smaller daily displacements, moved shorter distances, and had a higher number of stationary days compared to the African wintering storks. This not only conserved the European wintering storks' energy, but may have put them at a lower risk of predation and injury while flying. Another difference was found in the foraging activity data. European wintering storks utilized more cropland areas than shrub and grassland. Half of the European wintering birds relied on garbage dumps for food. These birds spent a large majority of the time within 100 meters of the dump site. The long-term effects of consuming garbage in storks is unknown, but what we do know is that these birds spent significantly less energy foraging for food. White storks that overwinter in Europe are increasing in number and proportion, and a similar trend has been reported in other species. In the long run, overwintering in Europe might not necessarily be the best option due to detrimental effects on feeding on waste and also because of unpredictable winter temperatures.
The shortened migratory patterns of white storks make them an indicator species of anthropogenic environment changes. White stork feeding patterns have changed significantly due to the accumulation of human waste in the bird's natural habitat. This not only causes increased pollution in the environment of white storks, but it also causes feeding patterns to be altered. Birds have shaped our lives from the cross-pollination activity to the pest control they exhibit. They are also the last living dinosaurs on Earth. Our world would not be our world as we currently know it without them. The indications of climate change and the repercussions are not only relevant to the white stork, but rather the entire biosphere. Meditation on anthropogenic pollution needs to be a priority to save our planet as we know it. Let's go down as the generation that saved dinosaurs.